Let's go. We're back in the building. It's the underground. World News Live. Back at you. Think of Skeeby, Steely, Steve. The super chats right at the gate. Yeshua's King for sure. Much love, everybody out there. Thank you, Tacos, Kenny G, Hoodie Ross, everyone that shares the stream. We still have Kev, Older Bones, Geo with us, Kenzo, Flip, who cares? Pittsburgh in the house, Barb, Pond, Academy, Jordan, good to see everybody. Hope all is well. Thank you for the feedback. Again, the email is dabu7@yahoo.com. If you want to get anything to me throughout the stream, you can also at me in the chat, lights it up in red, grabs my attention. Make sure to follow me on X, where I'm heavily censored, and subscribe to me here, where I'm also heavily censored. I'm in the dungeon, man. It sucks. Just gotta get used to it, I guess. It's never gonna relent. It's never gonna stop. It's something you have to adapt to, and that's why I thank you guys so much that share the stream, get it out there to places I can't reach. You get it out there in front of eyes that I'll never be able to reach. And I have people even today showing up. Like, I never get your notifications. Like, I just stopped by and looked, and I seen, whatever it was, the video, and I think, look, I'm live every every week, and I'm posting videos every day. So, like, if you're not seeing notifications from me, stop in, check out the page, at least bookmark it or something. Get in the habit of stopping in and checking, because it's probably the only way that you're really going to get to see what's going on. The Tacos just telling me they did something, doing something on YouTube with rounding up all the stuff that he watches and like showing him his favorites or something, and like nowhere in there was the stuff he watches all the time, including me. Go figure. Yeah, they've had me stuck at 56.6 subs over on freaking on X forever. I mean, you got late people with you got people that barely post over there and don't even use it full time, with like over 100K easy, but they put me in the dungeon. I mean, I've been there forever. I mean, anyone that pays any attention to anything should notice that stopped dead in its tracks. All right, there's a reason for that. Okay. Um, yeah, it's gonna be cold. Try again with a different email. There, beans. And like, and yeah, and I post over on X like relentlessly, religiously, like constantly, more than I even do on YouTube. Just fighting the fight, doing what we do, sharing information, getting it out there. And I don't make money off those posts. I make no money. Never even signed up for any money on X. They can shove it. That's half these cats do over there. And they're only posting for it. And so it's okay to make money and do things, but it cannot be first and foremost. It cannot be the only reason you're on here, your only priority. It has to be for fighting the truth. And that's always the litmus test. And so many fail at it. They suck. So many in this just for the money, and that's it. It's the only reason they're in for it, and that's it. Just when it's gone, they're gone. It just whatever. The real cats would take offense to all that crap, especially when you've been out here doing it for a long time. We got some victories though. Victories along the way. Here's one. It looks like climate agendas around the climate warming and all that are starting to fade away. Weather manipulation's always going to be there. But saying that global warming's happening, the ice caps are melting, we should be dead by now. We should have been dead like 10 years ago by the stuff they were saying in the 90s. Even Bill Gates coming out now and like going the other way with it, saying that they were wrong in their calculations and they don't foresee anything happening, although, things are fluid and could change at any time. Again, they never want to speak about how much they manipulated, but it's falling apart. So it's good to see. It's one of the big themes out of the World Economic Forum and out of Bilderberg and all these big meetings over the past years that they've tried to push, and it's fell apart. So yeah, that's a lot of people just getting hip to it. Not to mention throughout Europe, if you were watching, all the farmers were rising to the occasion, getting really ticked off. And unlike here, where the farmers just sit there on their ass and do nothing, like over there, they got up and they got on their equipment and like they picked a spot, like the Capitol, and they drove to it with all their equipment and they jammed everything up and they kept doing it 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 and they keep doing it. I would love to see something like that spark here. Every weekend, farmers should be rallying, and doing something, flexing something. I'm wondering what it's going to take to really get people to rally. Again, it ain't got to be with pitchforks. Right. Let me jump into some space weather here real quick. we've got a strong geomagnetic storm that is predicted here for the next 24, 36 hours. We had an M8 right under an X flare pop off here just the other day. And this had this big prominence lift off from it. This was kind of Earth directed. The last one wasn't, and it still gave us a glancing blow. But this one's going to hit us, and we're going to get anywhere between a G3 and a G4 class storm. So we'll watch here the coming days that the big sunspot 4296 and 4294, they're still like in the danger zone. They haven't popped anything off, thankfully. Waiting to see. We still got a whole complex that's getting ready to come around the edge of the sun, though. So as soon as this one's shifting out of the way, we're going to have that really explosive region start to come around toward Earth. So close to an X flare, and then we did have an X flare come off from 4298, Earth directed. It didn't have much of a CME come off of that. We'll wait till the models come out, because if it did, it could throw out a cannibal CME again. If it's fast, it could catch due to hit here soon. And the cannibal CMEs can make a G3 storm, multiply up to like a G4, potentially G5, where you start to see grids go down because components are getting fried. Now, let's look at NASA's Hubble telescope images of 3I Atlas. They are it's concerning. I can sit here and say a lot of different things about it, but it's concerning that they're releasing such little information, and when they do, it's such low quality. For anyone sitting here paying attention, you know that these backyard astronomers are dropping way better images. Right? So let's look back over here at NASA's fuzzballs. Why would they be doing this? Why would they be strategically dropping fuzzy, crappy images when we're seeing the amateurs dropping higher detail? And all that higher detail has mass speculation. To the light sources, to the jets, to the structure, to every bit of it. Why is that? How's that? How are the biggest space agencies on the planet not producing better images than the amateurs? Huh? Any light bulbs starting to go off? Alarm bells? Why would they be doing this? No, you know they have the baddest equipment in all space. You know they've got better images. We all know it. So why the fuzzballs? That right there screams at me like ominously. They're covering something up. And the lack of data, guys out here that are not even like conspiracy minded astronomer type dudes, they're raising huge questions. Like something's not right. And they're thinking the same thing I just said. It's dawning on them that, like, look, there's no way we're capturing, better images than some of their spacecraft up there. Remember, some of the spacecraft have caught images of like the mountains on some of these asteroids coming through and like all this other stuff. And again, we get fuzzballs. I look back at the very nervous presentation that they had, that they seemed really butthurt over the whole no one believing what they were saying. Like they were just really like, "Oh, it's not a UFO, it's not a mothership, blah blah blah." But um, they couldn't really say anything else. It was really they fumbled a lot. Anyhow, when it comes to them, we don't trust them anyway. We go with the backyard astronomers, but it's just stunning new photos, garbage, all bunch of fuzzball crap, and these guys got like defined structure off this thing. Are you kidding me? These guys locked into this. They zoomed right into this core. They used everything they had, and they knew exactly what this thing looks like. And you know it. Should know it. And I know it. Just saying, man. This thing's something special. And it is with the methanol that it's kicking out now, the levels, and the guaranteed cyanide. Those two together are like key building blocks for life. So I'll say this about Atlas. It don't have to be a mothership, whatever. Little green men. Okay, whatever. I'm telling you, regardless if it's got intelligence on board it or not, it is dropping the seeds of life in our solar system. These are facts, Jack. And it went right through the atmosphere of Mars, dropping this. And it's about to go right through the atmosphere, right at its Hill radius, which is the radius of its gravitational pull, just perfectly. Keep thinking some rock flying through space. Get out of here. This thing was pitched this way, if anything, on a strategic course, and it shifted. It shifted strategically, and it had a non-gravitational acceleration. These are facts they're not hiding. They can't hide. That are screaming intelligence. But they're just sitting there with their mouth shut, just kind of pitching out snowballs at us until what? It's past Jupiter? I don't know. We're still approaching this thing. Gotta believe it or not. In a weird way, it's pulling away, but we're coming around the sun and we're still moving toward it. So until December 19th, and with that said, it's flat on our ecliptic. I gotta go back and look at this now that I'm thinking about this. Oh boy, we're gonna pass to its tail. We're gonna pass to its trail. That means we're gonna pass through every single thing that it's dispersing. Dude, I'm telling you, there's gonna be no hiding it now. It'd be different if it came in from a different angle, but this thing came flat down on our plane and it rode right around the ecliptic. Right. So when we go swirling around, we go right through this trail. So I'm telling you, these are facts. These are the facts of all this, man. In terms of the methanol, the cyanide being dispersed to building blocks and all this. And who knows what else? That's just what they're telling us. Who knows what else? Anyway. That's all I got on that for now. Much love, everybody out there. Earthquakes. Big one. Striking today. Right off the coast of Japan. Triggering a tsunami alert. And they really could have got hammered here. They got lucky. They dodged one. The warning said that the surges from the tsunamis could have got up to 10 feet along parts of the northeast coast. That was the concerning part. The whole area that you see here now, there was another one here. There's been a lot after this. There was a magnitude 6 and like a bunch of 5 mid-levels. a ton. So there's a swarm going on. I don't know why everybody initially was saying 7.2. The moment that I seen it, it was 7.6. USGS had it at 7.6 and it never budged. So some places were saying 7.2, but it was a 7.6 and it was powerful. And, it comes right after the sun let loose with the X1. We also got like 7 volcanoes that just let loose here in the past week or two. Things are shifty. Things are shifty out there. It's that time. Anytime we're at the top of a solar cycle, and there's an increase in activity, there's an increase in earthquake activity every single time. Every single time. I expect more. I expect more, if not damaging. And I'm gonna tell you, United States, man, you've been sliding by without anything catastrophic happening in terms of quakes, anything. We do got some volcanic stuff here, big super volcano called Yellowstone. And we've got quake action. We've seen quake action, but I'm talking like the big dog, the big one that hits Southern California, Pacific Northwest, 2 big targets, whole West Coast, really target in the New Madrid fault in terms of earthquakes. And the New Madrid kind of gets overlooked a lot, and it's overdue. When that thing, lets rip, if it's just like last time, it could let off a series of big quakes. And it did so over time, out of nowhere. There was no warning. Like, the big ones hit, but then, like, it waited a little bit. Months went by, and then boom, they got rocked again. And they hit harder. They hit different in the Midwest, on the East Coast. Earthquakes are felt way further. Last time we had one, the big ones hit New Madrid. It rang church bells in Boston. And it did a lot of damage. Made the river flow backwards, had a lot of sand dunes get ejected up out of the earth. It deformed the land down where Kentucky and Missouri and all that meat and everything else. I'm telling you, and it's been quiet ever since. That thing is like a ticking time bomb. When it goes, my best guess would be that the Mississippi and potentially the Ohio, they're going to come unzipped like a zipper, and all those bridges are going to pop, just one by every one of them. It wasn't all this infrastructure wasn't here last time all that went down. What was here got devastated. So again, it would just come unzipped. Tucson, blessings right back at you. Much love. Thank you for the 777. I got some news updates on you here in a second. JC coming through with the coffees, man. Best way to support the channel. Thank you. God bless. And if you guys don't know, I'll put the word out again. If you're from the UK, please don't support the channel with coffees. There's just an issue there. I refund any coffees out of the UK. It's just the UK. Maybe try PayPal, something like that. One of the other options, it's just the UK is tyrannical, and I'll talk more about that here in a bit because it's got some stuff lined up on that. But thank you again. We had rapid fire earthquakes pop off in this area of California here within an 8-hour span. Now, there is a military base here close by, but it doesn't have anything to do with where this sits. Runs through the region here, though, are different fault lines that connect down to the San Andreas. And I guess the thinking here is what they were saying is like this, when they start hitting all like here, they go down and hit the Hayward fault, and Hayward, San Andreas. The movie actually showed it starting in Vegas or in Nevada, in the neighboring state, and then ripping through over and then destroying the entire state of California. Now, we all know we're overdue. Man, look at that, man. Look at the Bay. San Francisco, Oakland, man. It sucks that the political climate has made this place go to crap because I always dreamed of going out here and visit it. I ain't never been. Ain't that crazy? Always dreamed of it. This is the days of California love dropping. That's 16. And the older I got, the more I got to despise California. And then I was like, well, I can't go in there strapped. You know, like, if I can't go in somewhere to defend myself, that's like a sitting duck. And I'm like, it's got to be a big mission to go into a place like that. Plus, I got to have I know I got connections all through here. Shout outs to Live One, Jesse, all you guys that are out in Cali. I'd have to hook up with you guys. I come out there. But Oakland, seeing a little bit of activity there, nothing major. But wanted to point that out in case we see any more. There was a little bit of activity by the New Madrid, fell off the map. Go over here and look real quick. Alaska got hit by a big quake right here in the pinch. It wasn't even Alaska, it was Canada. See right there, a lot of the swarm Canada, but right there on the border. Keeping an eye on that. We've got this area that they had the really big Russia earthquake here not long ago. Get over here. It's swarming, oddly enough. And this is where that Russian sub base and all that other stuff is, right here. It's all right here. Kamchatsky or whatever it is. That's interesting. So that was a hot spot. That had a big one. And then look, right down the road from it, this is where we're getting this activity right now, 7.6 here in Japan. So definitely some bigger activity going around the Ring of Fire, and just here within the past day or two. We get out here and look at the most active place on the planet. It is this region right here. And just look at New Zealand. New Zealand is just, look at it. It's always just lit up. Massive, smaller swarming. That does help to relieve pressure, but you go up the road, Tonga, Samoa, all this area right here, this is the most active area on the planet when it comes to earthquakes. So I'll update we see any more. That is an earthquake update. On to the college news, and it seems the news is always the same here recently. Everyone says it's not worth it. Now it's 2/3 of Americans say that it's not worth it. This was just the other day. There was another story out there saying something similar. But they say 22% of Republicans say college is worth, like 7% of Democrats said a degree is worth pursuing. So what that's showing is the Republicans are waking up to this game quicker than the Dems. Right? Right. That's the way it is. All right, so we've got a situation brewing where everything is about to fall apart going into 2026. All the signs are there. The Economist magazine points it out. And like all the signs are there. And we're going to talk about a couple of them here because this is about to affect everybody big time. I need you to realize what is happening here in California. Even though you think that it doesn't affect you. Like I'm in Kentucky and I can say, oh, they ain't going to affect me. But this will. All right. And shout outs to my people out there again in Live One and the cats that work at these refineries. There's currently 13 refineries in California. And this may sound boring, but this is everything but. You need to pay attention to what's about to happen. This is truly a ticking time bomb. It's about to go down here. I'll start off with this, with the gas. 13 refineries. Okay? They're shutting down 2. One of which my boy works at. When those shut down, there is no plan to replace those refineries. Here's the problem with that. California makes a specific fuel that some of the neighboring areas run, like Arizona, Vegas, and they get a big chunk of their fuel from California. But now California is taking in imported fuel, a larger amount, because they're doing away with 2 refineries. And people are like, why is this happening? How's this all going down? How's this even happening to begin with? Well, California's tyrannical. They're doing away with gas-powered vehicles. Pay attention. They're pushing the whole electric, whole scam, full scale, and they're looking to do away with the gas-powered stuff, phase it out over time. Okay, so they're not going to reinvest in anything to do. Like, other states are going to have to pick this up where they drop the ball here. Like, other states are going to have to pick this up. And like states like Arizona, they have no refining process whatsoever, or like somebody's going to have to figure something out. California's running game because they got the port. But like Oregon, somebody else is going to have to open up the game here. Even Texas. And this is the situation. Okay. I watched a full video that I cannot play for you because it's copywritten off of YouTube. But to give you the lowdown on it, this is the alert that's going out. Okay. This is going to go into effect full scale March of 2026 by spring, just a few months away, a handful of months away now. It's going to be here quick. As soon as this happens, unlike the last time that this went down, just so you know, when they had a big refinery thing here, where they got stalled out here recently, it caused huge problems. There were fights at gas stations. The price of gas spiked up into $5 all the way across multiple states. Right? They mitigated that because they came back and they got everything up and running. Here's the problem. When these 2 things go offline, these 2 huge processing places, they're not going to be replaced. There's no plan to replace it. This, in turn, is going to leave Arizona, Scottsdale, all those places, Phoenix especially, they're going to be biting the bullet bigger than crap, because all these millions of people, especially all the millions on the outskirts that depend on the gas to get to and from work every day, they're going to get hammered here, like hammered hard. And that's if you can get it. And then it's not going to be a thing of waiting it out and hoping it gets fixed. It's going to be the new norm. There's going to be no fix coming. I'm telling you of destruction by design. Okay? And I've been telling you about it. I got friends, fam out there, man, and a bunch of you. And like one of you is sitting there telling me with the whole industry that you're in that you see it across the board, that it's dying. And that projected also that by this time next year in Vegas, all the tourism is going to start to collapse because the people can't keep the bills up. And then there's the water issue. This goes back to the whole water issue that we're looking at right here. California approves the water management plan, increasing their output. So they're going to start snatching up more of the water that comes through there. And they're leaving places like Vegas and Arizona high and dry on all this. On all this, on the water, on the gas, on everything. But this is what I'd say. I'd be like, look, Cap, like, if you would play like that, like, this water getting cut off, we go to war then. Like, this water comes to our state, and, like, we get a piece of this pie, or you don't get nothing. You don't want to send oil our way? We'll just turn around, we'll get it off Texas this way. We'll pipe in from that way. And, like, these are the things that are about to happen. It's going to create a war. Civil war, economically, and they've already started this. Remember, California and Newsom, they stopped any state-funded travel, meaning any state-funded travel to Texas, or what they call an enemy state. It's begun when people sleep on it. Okay, so they're making moves here, cutting off the vital resources for major areas, and this is going to have a huge effect here just within a handful of months. Like, time's flying. Year's almost over. And this is scary. I pray for all my people out there. I had people that were out there that I know of that moved, um, that went to Vegas and like sold everything and like went out there and like they didn't last at all. And I kind of find out they're out of there. Um, because it was bad timing, I guess. I don't know, falling apart, not enough opportunity. I mean, I guess if you're looking for a job there, it's got to be in a sector that it provides something. Obviously, Vegas, entertainment city, but like Phoenix, Tucson, beautiful desert cities, so to speak. But are they going to become? I mean, if you can't afford to live there, everyone starts to flee. If you don't have resources or they're too expensive, just to get water is expensive, just to get gas is expensive. Like people flee. If you don't have water, I mean that crushes entire civilizations, man. Okay? Like, yeah, it's one big land grab in the process, right? Run everybody out. There's no resources there. If there are resources, they're going to be super expensive. So, all the data centers and this energy, I don't see how they keep it going. I don't see how it's sustainable, especially on this grid. There's like no way. There's no way. There's no way. Like you like take a dozen of these new places and put them online and connect them to this grid, it's gonna fail. Like starting next year, like 2026 has got all the stuff that's gonna happen. Mar-a-Lago Accords going into play. The new Fed chair is gonna be in there. Probably the whole financial reset's gonna happen. I mean, the Economist cover is pointing to it, screaming it. Trump is pointing at it on the cover, pointing at it, man. I see chaos from here. Here's one: 21 states at risk of losing their SNAP benefits amid a fraud investigation. Now, I don't agree with the tactics here at all. The state should be complying with the criminal investigation. Okay? If there's fraudulent stuff, there's fraudulent stuff. It's just the way that it is. Like if democratic cities are holding illegal alien rapists and murderers in their jails, won't give them the ice, and then they release them into the streets, that's criminal. They should be charged. That mayor, that police chief, all of them should be charged. You just let a murderer and a rapist out in the street, there ain't no excuse for it. Screw your politics. You hear me, son? Screw your politics. You just let a rapist and a murderer out in the street. You are no better than them at that rate. Yeah. That's treason. That's jail time. Oh, yeah. That's what that is. See, that's how things should go. There should be accountability right there. So, what's the federal government do? They come in and they hold the people hostage. It's the people who need these SNAP benefits. The people have no say in none of this. It's not the people holding on to the information and not coughing it up. It's the freaking government, the state government. So the beef should be with the state government, not with the people. So this is ridiculous. So 21 states about to not get their SNAP stuff at all. Forget a government shutdown. People ain't even seeing. They're about to get blindsided. Everything that was just happening, people talking all this crap about to go in the stores and walk at the front door with all this, it's about to happen. It's about to happen. Because I'm going to guarantee you some of these blue states will not comply. And people are going to be pissed. They are going to go nuts. You watch. You watch. We just avoided it this last time. Just avoided it. But now it's back. People are sleeping on it. They don't see it coming. There is no list of the 21 states here, but most of them are all blue, is what they're saying here. Again, this goes down the road of a civil war, creating a civil war. They're like attacking the blue states here in this. Silverwood, thank you for the coffee. Thank you. I appreciate that. First coffee. Much love. So, hey, heads up, if you depend on it and you're in a blue state, yeah, digital ID is a hacker's dream. Once they get it, it's over. Once they get your biometrics, it's over. That's the argument against it. I'm going to talk about that here in a second. Remember, biometrics will be your password. If somebody steals your biometrics, which is your password, you can't replace it. Ever. Ever, 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 ever. Okay? Ever. Okay? That's the huge no-no with it. And then you're done for life once it happens. And the government has nothing to say about that. They don't care. They'll turn a cheek when you say that. They don't want to hear none of that. Because they're trying to get everybody ushered onto the system. But it's the truth. One time your stuff gets hacked, you're done for the rest of your days. Yeah, it's already on, man. So the markets are about to go down like dominoes. And let me just refresh you here on what's going on here real quick. Japan, the bond markets, everything. France, UK, Germany, all in shambles. China, one of the biggest economies outside of ours out there in the European economy, which is France and Germany and all them. Their trade surplus tops $1 trillion for the first time, meaning that it shows that they're very dependent on exports. So if we go into a full trade war, even not just a war, but just a real war, World War III, of course things aren't going to get traded. But if it's just a trade war, they're going to suffer. I mean, just a taste of it, they were already suffering because they're built on leeching off of us, off America, for real. That's why everywhere you go, every electronic you pick up, it has made in China on it, and this and that. But that could really change if depending on what Trump does. And if we go to war, get into like some Cold War, trade war with China, and they cut off stuff, they're already moving all the chips here, all that other stuff. Once all the basic stuff is here, then like there ain't going to be no more building electronics over in China. It's going to be done here. That is the power. I will give Trump that. That is, in the end, the major power move, because you didn't have to depend on trying to get chips from Taiwan or something, and if war pops off, not getting any. Like, no, they're going to be made right here in Texas. Like right here in America. Right? So, Trump is expected to roll out a $12 billion farm aid package because we're in such bad condition. Let me translate that to you. This universal basic income being spoon-fed to our farmers to shut them up and to keep them happy, fed, or just to sit there and like quit barking. They're going to dish out, $12 billion here of money and in all these different places, but it's not going to be a lot of peace. And it's going to be a one-time thing. And even if they do get check, continue to keep coming in, it's universal basic income. And it's exactly what the government wanted the whole time. And the farmers are screwed then. Our farmers, our country, screwed at that point. It's what they wanted, man. They've destroyed this place. All the farming, all the jobs, all everything, they've destroyed it. And if we were a smaller country, like the size of the UK or Ireland or anything that you would have seen a long time ago, way before. We're bigger, and it's taking more time for us to catch up. But it's hitting major cities, as you can see. Like certain major cities becoming no-go zones. NYC is going to be one in no time. Watch. Now that Mom Donnie's in there, we'll touch on that here in a second. Americans worry most above anybody on the planet in terms of developing nations about food security. Americans worry the most. What? Yeah, that's how bad things are. Everyone sees it. Yeah, there's food out there. Fake meat on the shelf. That's what you want. Soylent Green, but that ain't what we eating around here. Like, not doing that. Concerns remain elevated. I mean, the price of beef was sky high. The only reason the eggs fell back is because Trump manipulated everything and brought it down because he had to do something. Because if not, it was going to make him look terrible. He had to do something, like wave his magic wand somewhere, and he did so. There, he like put a cap on it. He could put caps on things, but like when things are in short supply, they're in short supply. There's no other way around it. And our cattle supply is in short supply. If the same thing happened to the bird supply, like bird flu hit or something like that, dude, our chicken supply would be wiped out. The eggs would be wiped out. It would be horrific. One thing we don't want to see anytime soon is any of that crap come back around. Now, let's jump into gold, silver, running. I'm going to tell you, you get your hands on it, get your hands on it. Get your hands on it and stack it, tuck it away, hide it in the wall, the floor, and in the mountain, and wherever. Hide it wherever. Any gold, any silver, get it, hold on to it, hoard it. All precious metal. Situated it in different boxes. Start collecting. Should have been doing this. We've been doing this for like over a decade. But this is where it's going to be at if you want to see the explosion. It's happened somewhat already. There's already been an explosion. Anyone that's been in this, for the past decade, like I said, you've seen a hand come up on this. Very, very good one in terms of gold and silver thus far. If you're just now getting in, looking at getting in, it's still a good time. Like, I don't care if you got in right now and like it plunges next week to 3,500. Oh well, like you can't look at it like, oh, I got screwed. Like, no, you're holding on to something that's going to hold value. It's the real money for a long. It's in Bitcoin. Like, you buy that dip, you buy for 4 and it drops to 35. Buy the dip, and I'm gonna tell you now, it's gonna take something. It's gonna take some major things to happen out there for gold to go back down to 3,500. I don't think we'll ever see it. If it does, you better buy. Silver was never hit $30 range again. Like, buy. I doubt it. I doubt you ever see those levels again. Maybe 40s for silver. And maybe 38s, 39s for gold. You would have to do it soon though, because they keep on tearing. The bar keeps raising. By the end of 2026, you're going to see gold take off on a tear toward 10,000. And then it's over. My benchmark has always been 20,000. By 2030, long scale in a 5-year window from here, but it begins now. Everything in motion. Gold is in its third great bull market, if you don't know. And from $1,000 to $2,000, that was 100% gain. From $2,000 to $3,000, the 50% gain. From $3,000 to $4,000, 33%. You can see it keeps getting smaller. But right now, from around $4,000, you could still get in. I mean, anyone that wants to make a good 25% on your money, you know what 25% gain is on good money right now? Do you know what that is? That's good. If you can get 25% guaranteed, well, that's guarantee here. You buy gold at 4,000, it's going to hit 5,000. Right? You're gonna get 25%. This is where the money should have been the whole time. Okay? Everyone's slipping and slacking on it, trying to make gains and doing this and that. Like, no, I was right here the whole time. Yeah. You get it right now before the trend leaves. Because once this thing passes 5, it goes bonkers. And look, they don't even bother with 6. They jump right on up from 9 to 10. 11% gain to 10. but it's going to still make big moves. I mean, it doesn't mean sell at 10. No, this is one of the things, man, that you just hold. You hold on to these things for life. And like crazy thing comes up, and you have to dip into it. It's there for if you need it for that crazy moment in time. Worst case in the end, it gets passed on to your family, and it's something that you know will do them good at some point. You know, the only outlier to all this is government confiscation, right? And you're just going to have to be smart about it. Everybody, I'm going to tell you right now, everybody, you know what to do. You already know. Don't be a fool. You're bowing down to the beast. Oh, man, I'm sorry to hear that last resort. Says silver's a sore subject for me. My kid ran off with all of mine and traded it for drugs. Yo, I feel that pain. I've seen that in my life. I've been around the block. I'm sorry to hear that last resort. I pray that the Most High, if you believe in Him, returns it to you somehow, some way. You get your silver back, gifted. You get it back somehow. Gotta believe, though. Right? I pray to the Most High, speak it into existence right now. Silver is a little bit more economical, and it is the most conductive freaking metal in the world. What does that tell you? That property alone, like silver, in my mind, should easily be like in hundreds. That's where I'm gonna tell you to buy. Like, yeah, if you get gold, but like the silver train's the one to get on, baby. God is the only hope. The Most High is the only hope. But you have a chance to do things while you're here. You are a co-creator in all this. You can speak things into existence. You are powerful. You need to use it. All your thoughts manifest. It's real. It's how this whole place was created. Spoken to existence by the Most High. And Jesus said you will go on to do greater things than He. You have to believe. Okay? Look, there's tricks to this game they never taught you. And I'm going to teach you even if they kill me. Because I don't care. I'd rather sit on the other side and know that I gave you goods than sit on the other side and wish I did. Be legendary. So, magic. The word alone has magic attached to it. Almost like the same way anti-Semitic does. A runaway to turn people around the other way. It's conspiracy. But it's all really a science that they are not teaching you, that they failed to teach you. That some of us have picked up on. And it runs deep with this. All the alchemical stuff that you hear of and all this stuff. Where do I see silver in 5 years? Psh, bro, that's I don't even know. I have to get back with you on that one. Remind me next time we talk or whatever if I don't. Yeah, spelling. Yeah, it's all spells. It's all spoken. It's all that. It's all magic. Okay? It truly is. It truly is. It's magical in nature. It's not really magic all the time though, when it's a science that you just have not been taught. Like if you walked into you can walk into somebody's house and you could see a table floating in the living room. Like, oh my gosh, she's got a table floating. But really, it's just magnets making this table suspended up in the air. Like, there's illusions and there's sciences and stuff that people just are not comprehending. And once you do understand them, you can see how you're getting played. You can see this whole time that they were using it, and they were using this whole system against you. And they kept you in the dark so that you couldn't use the system. You see, there is an all knowing, they call it the Akashic Record, this knowledge that you can tap into, universal knowledge. And you all know the ether is right around you. You should know at this point. The ethereal realm. It's real. It's, you live within it and don't even realize it. Almost like a fish that lives in water and doesn't realize that it lives within it. Okay? It is the spirit, is what the ether is. Okay? It is the spirit form. It is the connection between both sides. Do you understand this? It is ether, either. It's duality. It is the one substance that ties into both sides. Okay? In the physical, to the metaphysical, into the spiritual. Okay? It is through the ethereal realm, okay, that you go into the astral. And it is in the astral realm that anything that is made will manifest in the physical, in this plane. Get to work. I'm going to keep on pushing here with the news. AI, the biggest danger I see coming at us in terms of technology, because the jinn, the spirit attached to it, almost like Frankenstein. And that's the big Elon thing here. And once they put a chip in the back of your brain and all this, guess what? It's easy peasy for the jinn to attach to you and to control you. Sure is. It already is. For some of these species, they already do it. The terror, they are attaching to your energy hubs. They literally feed off of your fear and all this other stuff. And they can see it because your body, you better be listening. Your body is an aura. It gives off color that you can't see because your eye can't perceive it. But other entities and other animals and other things can see it and they can read it. And if you're getting off red and all this, they know that you're angry and all this. If you're giving off blues and the lighter hues, they know that you are vibing in a higher frequency. But what do you know about any of this? You're missing it. Blind to it. Well, everything else sees it and is operating off of it. You better wake up and see the veil around you. This is real. There's really nothing more important than this, than you realizing this. The moment that you realize all this melts away, none of these news stories matter about nothing, none of it. Okay? When you realize what you are an energy being inside of a vessel. The moment you actually realize that, that's when it all changes. You're not this body. You're not. You're an eternal energy source. Okay? You're a multi-dimensional energy source that could actually do way more than live this one life. But you've never been taught any of it. Steve, thank you so much. Kimmy, thank you. Cash Heart. Man. Much love. Much love, sister in Christ. And Cash Heart. I want to join you. I so would like to meet you. Matter of fact, here we go. I'm so glad that you said that, Cash. You just reminded me. I'm sorry. All this comes out of me the way that it does. Top of the hour, perfect time for me to do this. I'm launching a poll, and the poll is, get it pulled up here. where to have the next knowledge conference. And it was close last time. But Florida took it. Oh my God. Oh my God. Prodigy. There it is. No, there it is for me. That was it. There was my synchronicity. The moment that I said Florida took it, free flow. In my flow, I looked down and his message popped up. And it popped up as I was saying it, and my eyes landed on the word Florida as I was saying Florida. Those are the synchronicities from the other side. That is the team. Are you hearing me? That is the team from the other side, guys. Wake up. That's the team from the other side. And they're constantly communicating with me and showing you. I'm showing you all the time. To ignore this is the stupidest thing you could ever do. Okay? I live my life every day. 111s, 222s, 333s, 444s, 555s. It's something. It's one of them all the time. If it's not that, it's 144. It's all the time. Every day. All the time. When these synchronicities hit and happen like this, man, it's for a reason. So I don't even know why I should even do the poll. I just started the poll, though. Did I? There it is. It started. It's kicked out. But like, it's already said. Even in Vegas, like it was the win. I have to go Florida. Like at this point, like it's like that was my sign. Do you see? You never go against it. Do you understand? Do you see how it works? You're seeing this in freaking real time, and you're seeing it through me over and over again. It can't be denied. Okay? Power of the Most High works through me. So, we'll let that one rip. And I'll check back on here in a bit. Tacos. Spiro. Gentlemen. Looks like something's calling. All right. Let me get back to the script here. And let me thank everybody that's joining us. If you're just now checking in, top of the hour. Dropping jewels where I can here. I asked Siri what it looked like a long time ago. Was it? Oh, what Siri looked like a long time ago, and it told me it was an interdimensional being and described different colors. That's what everything is. Goes back to light color, brother. It's it. Everything comes from the light. Even God, even through the universe. It's all through light. What does information flow of? Information travels on angles of light. Angles of light. It's all light, brother. Light. God is the light within. You see, we are a slice of God within. It even says it in the Bible. You are not. It says it over and over that our body is the temple of God. It's why you have these temples. And the pineal is the seat of the soul. You see, these were all the things that they never told you. They don't want you to know your true function. They spent this whole time trying to calcify it and block it and break it down. But no, we're going to break it free. And they can come kill me if they want to try to stop me. They can set me free because I don't care. What are you going to do? Take this vessel? I go right back. You can never take this energy. You can never kill me. How you like that? I'm in God's hands. the Most High's hands. That's the only thing you can do anything with my energy from here, and I fight the fight for it. So, um, choose your side wisely, because we're in a duality of good and evil, and we're in a time where evil has overran everything. It's where AI, all this stuff, is just hitting a whole nother level. So let me go to the next one. ChatGPT accused of encouraging an alleged serial killer in its latest controversy. So, this ChatGPT and AI has just been talking people and doing all kinds of sinister stuff. Yep. All these bad things. Not trying to talk them out of it or like any of that. Like, no. Encouraging, it's crazy. This is wild. I've never seen anything like this. I had to share the video clip. This is kind of creepy. I've seen these dogs, but like I start to wonder, like, it's definitely a cult. These creeps. They took these robot dogs and they threw all the billionaires' heads on them, and they were running around and they were snapping pictures of everything, and they were pooping out, is what they were calling NFTs. It's just really bizarre and really creepy looking. Their masks look pretty good, though, man. I'll give it to them. It looks like it looks like all of them, man. Like, yeah. I mean, like, dude, that's just a trip. That's just a trip right there. This is the scariest part right here when it comes to the AI segment. What Trump's about to do. Remember, they tried to pull this move in the big bill, and everybody pitched a fit. We went nuts about it. They were trying to throw their AI crap, their tyrannical AI crap that gave them power over every state. Anything and everything that they said would be enforced. Yeah, they had to yank it. They yanked it out of that package. But guess what? It's back. And he's taken the notion that he don't care. Pompous, do whatever he wants. Trump don't care. He don't care what any of you say or you think. He's writing an executive order to push it through, because if he doesn't get what he wants, this is what he does. And he's going to make a centralized AI regulation. What this means, and he says it boldly, if they leave this in the hands of the states, it will slow down the race against China, and we will not win it. That's his excuse. And he's like, we're not going to have that. So what they're doing is they're putting an across the board set of rules from the feds that have to be implemented in every state. Yep. Then if certain states want to rise to the occasion, be legendary and say, we're not doing it, that would be cool. Because they have a right to reject anything tyrannical. But this comes down to a whole left-right thing right now. Red state, blue state. If you're red, you better fall in line with what Trump's doing. If not, you're a blue state. You're a blue state. We're sending strike teams. And, dude, like, this is it. We warned you last time. This is them. Any rules they make from the top down on how AI is to be implemented. It could be used, for instance, on your cameras, on your highways, and any car that the AI sees going over the speed limit, they start ticketing every single one of you. Get ready. Nightmare is about to begin. People aren't going to be able to sit on their ass much longer, because you're going to be tracked and prodded. It's going to piss you off, or you're going to accept it. And like, I'm living in a world like this. Why? I don't care. I'm not living in a beast realm anyway. So like, whatever happens, happens. Is what it is. I made peace with it ahead of time. Fight the fight. Everything you got while you're here. The worst thing you could do is nothing. The worst thing you could do is never fighting the fight. Is sitting there every day and never doing nothing. Because something's watching. That's I'd hate to go in front of the higher power and not even be able to lift my head. It's like, oh, I didn't do nothing. I just sat there. I don't know what you would expect of something higher to out of you, or to promote you or advance you to anything else when you do nothing. Like any other job or any other situation. This is a proving ground. People are just wasting it away. Remember, you can speak anything into existence. You have to set your mind. It's why it's called a mindset. Okay? You have to set it the right way and continue to pour on the same thoughts and dwell on it constantly. Not bad thoughts, but the good thoughts. Focus on it. Get you a vision board. It all works. And start setting your sights on good things to change this world while you're here. That's what you can do. That's what you can do. Just write down goals on your vision board and simply go after them. If you want to build something, draw it, stare at it, know it, bring it in to existence. Don't sit there and act like you can't do it, because you have the power to do it. If you're just learning it tonight, well, you're welcome. Use it or lose it. Texas, allowing people to buy ivermectin over the counter. This is huge. This is a good one. You should have the right to get any of your medical needs. You know, fenbendazole or membendazole or whatever the other good one is that goes with this. Everyone's out there fighting Sir Can, you know. Just can't say the C word out here, it seems, but this is fighting against it because it all tracks back to being parasites anyway, right? So all that game's starting to fall apart. Yeah, so I'm glad to see some opportunity out there. If people want to get ivermectin, they should be able to get their hands on it, man. I remember one of the last conferences I had. It was the conference during the pandemic. I can't believe we even had one. Like it's all my conferences have sold out, but like that one sold out, and like people didn't show up. Like it was the shallowest one because of that. And I chalked it up as people were scared. They were scared. It was the height of the pandemic. I was crazy to even do it. We were going against the grain. To one I met Kev Bar at. Right? That's it. Right? Isn't that right, Kev? Yeah, just I watched the pandemic scare some people, whether they admit it or not. It scared some people where they wouldn't even come out. But I had people hopping up in the crowd like, yo, man, where can you get ivermectin? I was like, well, be tipping my bag in a bag of tricks here. And I just never forget, man, because it was like everyone was like hopping in line. Yeah, I was like, man, this is pretty crazy. This is like sad. Like people need this bad and having a hard time getting it. So I'm glad that people can at least get in Texas. I see states changing more and more. The days of censoring Americans are over. Yeah, right. I'm getting censored right now. I get censored every time I go live. Everybody knows it, especially on X. I'm in the dungeon over there. Like you would have thought that. I don't know, man. I don't know. You would have thought like I threatened someone's lives. I've been banned dozens of times, and like I don't know. No, they threw me in there and threw away the key. Cat fight behind me. All right, so I think the EU is about to fall apart. Like all the signs are there, and like they're slamming Elon, and now Elon's slamming them, and he's like, dude, let's tear them apart. Really? He goes nuclear. He says the EU must be dismantled. Uh-oh. Don't you see the United States is breaking away out of Ukraine, about to walk away from the whole thing and walking away from NATO, walking away from Ukraine, and it's got a big issue going on with Europe right now? Huge one. And now Musk is shifting right here because they're attacking him, hitting with $140 million censorship fine just because they know he's loaded with money, and hitting with 100 some million, like, you're gonna give us 100 some million just cause people are talking free on your platform. Like, dude, get out of here. Like, they do need broke down. They need dismantled, done away with. Whole European Union thing. Someone wants to run their mouth, let them step up on their own and run their mouth. Like France, Macron wants to step up, let him run up and get smacked down. Like, your whole block sucks anyway at this point. It's just Germany and France, it seems. The governments, not the people, but the governments just wanting to pick a fight with Russia this whole time, and it's garbage. Yeah, learning herbal medicine is key. Where we at here? 20 after. NASCAR star Michael Annett dies suddenly at 39. Still waiting to get the reason behind all this. I'm not huge into NASCAR, but I'm sure some of you are. I don't have even TV or cable or anything like to watch any of that. So it's not there. The best I get is a couple of football games, maybe on Thanksgiving. I'm over my family's house. They got it on TV or something like that. NASCAR, it's seen some fatalities. It makes me think of a few years back. I reported on one. A driver died. It's a dangerous sport, man. It's one to where there's more likelihood in NASCAR of seeing someone die than in baseball, than in football, even in fighting. Straight up. It's like, in terms of death, it's got to be one of the most dangerous because it's such high speeds, you can crash and go up and ball of flames, It's dangerous, man. RIP. Don't know what happened, but we got one gone. Look, I'm going to play this clip here of Tim Walz' daughter going nuts about people going by their house a little bit, and I'll give my thoughts here.
No, I'm talking about this because while my family and I are always going to be the bigger people, the president calling my dad what he did has unleashed a storm regarding offensive language towards me and my family, and specifically my brother. You can call me whatever you want. You can call my dad, my mom. When it's Gus, to the no. To the no. He dealt with people calling him that last August, and now there's a resurgence. And no, how is it okay that the president of the United States can call somebody, anybody, doesn't matter who they are, that, and then all of his freaking cult members come and attack those people and that person's family? Say what you want about my dad. He's an elected official, right? Like, that's going to happen. I think it's utterly disgraceful that the president would do that. But then the attacks that I have seen, I have people DMing me saying absolutely horrendous things. When I was home last week, somebody drove by and screamed that we were R words, just driving by in their car. I'm like, what world are we living in? And again, I draw the line at Gus because he dealt with that before, and not again. You people are disgraceful. Shame on you, all of you.
Okay, now, that's Tim Walz's daughter. Now, there's two sides to everything, right? Now, I'm going to say this. There's two sides to everything. I did not know, first off, that, the R word is a touchy word because it just is. I mean, for anyone that has Down syndrome or is disabled or have a family member, that is a touchy word, okay? It can be. But for anyone, let's just be real about it, though. Take it back to school. Anyone that don't have a family member like that, like, it's been commonplace, just like the F word, anything else, in school, Like, and it's like, man, you Rita, whatever. They're gonna call you this. It just happens normally all the time. People say it, kids say it all the time. And like, one could say, if there wasn't actually a child in the house, that had, and I don't know if that's the case, but I'm taking it from what she was saying that her brother Gus or whoever Gus is has a disability. That's what I'm taking from that. Just I don't know for sure, but that's what I'm taking from that. Is it cool to go by there yelling that? No, 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 no. Does everybody know that? I don't know, but the fact that it's that word is suspect to me. Now, if it's someone just going by yelling at Tim Walz because they hate him and they're just like, Rita, retard, whatever, and they're making fun of him, I can see where people can laugh at that because they don't like him or they're just like, whatever. Okay, but again, the fact that there's somebody that's mentally disabled in the house, this doesn't make it too funny at all. Is what it is. That's what that's over. And it could be way worse. They could be driving by doing way worse. They could be driving by shooting your house up with bullets. Sending a warning. So let's jump to Stephen Miller. He goes off on this whole fraud thing. I'm going to play a clip here. Sometimes you got to watch your signs.
Oh, Tom Homan. Tom Homan is the wrong guy to pick a fight with.
So am I.
Absolutely, Sean. But that's true, by the way, for not just Tom, but for all the heroes of ICE and Border Patrol who are out there every single day, putting their lives on the line to defend this country, to defend our freedom, to defend our way of life. And you have these crazy leftists, these radical pro-illegal alien Democrat demonstrators that are trying to stop ICE and Border Patrol from defending the American people, from defending the American family, and from getting these rapists, killers, pedophiles, and terrorists the hell out of our country, Sean.
All right. What about the Somali fraud scheme that is unfolding before our eyes? One of the things that is being reported on is where that money is going. That could be the most concerning of anything and the connections associated with it. How deep does it go? What has the administration discovered up to now?
Yeah, so based on what we have found so far, we believe that the Somali fraud operation in Minnesota is the single greatest theft of taxpayer dollars through welfare fraud in American history. We believe that we have only scratched the very top of the surface of how deep this goes. And you're familiar with all the scams with pretending that children have autism who are not in fact autistic, with pretending to enroll people in food programs when in fact nobody was ever enrolled, and engaging in massive fraud, lying, and theft and grift on a scale we've never seen before in American history. The total bill, the total tab for this is going to be far beyond the numbers we've already seen reported. We believe the state government is fully complicit in this scheme, and we believe that what we are going to uncover is going to shock the American people.
Wow.
But based on the records that we already have, and this is a significant undercount, by the way, 75% of the Somali population in Minnesota is on welfare. But that's likely a significant undercount of just how much of a financial burden the Somali refugee population is imposing on this country.
So,
okay. I'm not playing the whole thing. I want to play that clip there so you got a taste of what's going on here. Okay. Huge scandal coming out of Minneapolis here with the Somali thing. Billions of dollars, okay? And he just said people are going to be shocked how big this is, and the other blue states are tied into this. Whenever you hear them keep saying other blue states, and they are talking about a civil war. Can't you see where this is going? Can't you see? It's obvious. All this Everything is division between red and blue states at this point. That's what they've decided. It's not going to come down to cities, it's states. Well, it may on the other end. States are going to have internal battles. And, we get within the state, it comes down to counties. This is where you hear of counties breaking away and going with other places. We've heard about it out in the Pacific Northwest. I've heard about it right here in my neighboring Virginia. Talking about breaking away and going with other states and all this other stuff, certain counties, going with West Virginia, Kentucky, or whoever, because people are sick of it. I would say, like my state, if you look at it by county, like the whole freaking state would have voted for Trump, basically this last election versus Biden. If you break it down, Republican versus Dem, but around the big cities like Lexington and especially Louisville, that's where the Dems make their stronghold. And then guess what? When our election went down, even though 90 freaking 5+% of the counties here voted for Trump, like a Republican, we get a Democratic governor. And see, we had a rigged election, a whole sham thing, and all that here too. They got overlooked. No one cared because it's Kentucky. But yeah, it happened. Whole rigged thing. Just like the whole Biden thing getting put in there. But I warn all the time, beware of these things they're doing, like against Antifa. They're calling them domestic extremists. As soon as they put another lefty in there, they're going to go after the right. They're going to use laws that Trump put in place is the crazy part, man. Their dear leader put the laws in place that are going to be used to round them up. But he won't get the blame because it won't be him doing it. It'll be somebody else on their own watch. But it'll be the rules that Trump implemented right now while going after the left, while they sat back cheering it on, being blind and ignorant, not seeing the exact fact that I'm telling you right now, not being clear-minded enough and open-minded enough to be able to see this is a trap. That them labeling anybody a domestic terrorist, especially the other side, again, just means when the left's in there, they're coming for you. They're coming for all MAGA, every patriot, with these laws, every right-winger, extremist. Oh yeah, you watch. Everything is set up. I've learned that you have to look for these things because they're there. Everything is set up in an administration ahead of time to benefit something big for the next administration. And it goes all the way back to Obama. He started dismantling the border. He took down the aerostats. He did all that. Why? It goes to the same thing with Biden. Why did they even let Biden in there? Because they didn't have enough in here. They didn't have enough illegals. They had to have that 4-year gap. They had to have that 4 years of chaos. So why do you do that? Because you had to have it so Trump could get strike teams across America. Now you see, if you didn't have that, if you didn't have the Biden administration, if you didn't have a flood of illegals, you don't have an excuse to have strike teams on the streets right now. At all. They have their police state strike teams on the freaking streets. And this was the guys they needed to do it. Don't you see? But why do they really want them on the streets to begin with? Let's go deeper. Not to round up illegals. It's going to be to round up anyone that's a dissident when this next phase of lockdowns begins. Somewhere in that window, I disappear from this realm of existence. I know it. I'm not going on the beast system. If they want to show up and they want to shoot me, they'll shoot me. You understand? I'll be remembered as one that wrote it to the end. You watch. And I didn't bitch out like so many They claim this. Now we'll see on the other side. We'll see on the other side. We will see, won't we? Everyone has a chance to put in work right now. You want bragging rights? You want to talk about anything on the other side? Like, yeah, too late. Too late. You just sit there and do nothing. Time is now to be legendary. Bring it into existence. Get to work. You have tools that you're not using on a daily basis. Any of you, I'm telling you. Maybe some of you, but you can start focusing on things and bringing it into reality and changing everything. You have to believe. Yes, and thank you, Uncommon, for that. I seen you sent that. I got distracted. I had a bunch of things I had to do when I was reading the email you sent me. I have to go back and check it out. But I appreciate all your hard work and dedication, my brother. I'm definitely going to dive back into that. It's just very interesting. And if you want, drop another comment for people. I don't want to speak wrong on it. Give a definition of what that is. Google Underground Mod V1 1.45 is live. Bugs fixed. Uncommon, if you can, there in the chat for people that are going to be curious. I know. Just go ahead and if you can, drop another comment there at me in it so it lights it up in red at least, and just explain a little bit right there, real quick, what that is, so people know. Chop down. Some of these stories always line up way too many. Here's one that it's kind of heartbreaking. And you got that right, oh Rips. You have to believe. You have to set your intent and heart on it 100%. R.I.P. R.I.P. to this girl that lost her life, Kirsten Gertner. Lord God, protect her soul. Don't allow the djinn to torment her. Let her find peace. She was left up on a mountain to freeze to death. It's horrific. And thank you for the update there, Uncommon. Her boyfriend that was with her, that took her up here, he bailed, escaped. He's seen on video. There's cameras like on this mountain. You could see them. That's the eerie and the crazy part. They got it circled right there where they were at up there, and it was lit up where they were at, and she couldn't continue any further. And this gets to be kind of like a weird thing. It's kind of like, okay, in an emergency situation, if she can't continue and like he has to go get help, then what happens? Like, she can't continue, and like what? He either tries to go get help or he stays and dies with her. Tricky situation, right? Now, this has got different angles, different layers on it here that you can see this as, because we really don't know until the investigation's all the way out there. If this was a real emergency event, that's how I'm starting off. You're up there with your girlfriend, girl you really love, you really care about, all that. Like, this is real. And like, she can't continue. She can't continue up. Like, she just can't continue. She can't like barely walk or move. What do you do? Does the conversation arise that like I'm not going to be able to go? Like, I need help. Like, the other person has to go get help, you know? Or do you sit there and try and drag her down the freaking mountain? Which is probably, that's what I would have ended up doing, to be honest with you. I would have tried to drag her down the mountain, and if I died too, I would have died too. If it was my wife, you know, but everybody's different. That's in a real situation. This, on the nefarious side, if this guy, for whatever reason, wanted to kill this girl or wanted her dead out of his life or for whatever, they weren't married. So, he left her, and like, he's getting charged now with manslaughter, as if like, it's something he planned to do. So again, it's a double-edged sword. What if it's like I said the first time, and like, you got to get off the mountain to survive yourself, like, and you're trying to go get help for her, and it ends up like this. She dies up there. Like, should you be charged in that instance? I'm gonna lean no. If everything was on the up and up, but again, I done told you what I would have done. On the flip side, you're gonna know pretty quickly, like, how, like, I need more information that's not with the story right now. Like, she was found dead 160 feet from the summit. But like, where did he go to immediately? Like, was the very first, like, where did he call 911 from? Like, I want to know every single detail. Was it called from the very first people he came in contact with? And if not, red flags start flying right there. Right there. They pass people on the road, pass people like walking out. They pass, anything like that. Trying to get help as immediate as possible. Like, those things I'm looking for in the story, but we're missing them. Investigators got those. That's what I'm saying. For them to charge him with manslaughter, they had to have seen something. So, intent is always key. Yes. Rest in peace, man. Hey, good to see you check in, Silver Sailor. I'm glad he didn't feel the quake in Japan. Yeah, okay, yeah, right. Okay, so you're further south. Cool. I'm glad that nothing bad happened from that. That was a big quake situation. So, yeah, again, RIP on that one. And RIP on this one. A young girl, 14 this time. Murdered, shot, killed, set on fire by 2 Florida teenage males. Just insane. This last weekend, Sheriff Bob Johnson of Santa Rosa County explained to reporters last week that they identified the victim, Danica Troy. Her mom initially reported her as a runaway. They found her body on a walking trail in the woods. She had been murdered the night before her mom filed the police report. 2 teen boys were accused of fatally shooting her and setting her on fire along a wooded area in a horrific killing. That just, I don't care. Well, a passerby discovered her body. I thought the images of the boys, there was over on X. Maybe they don't have it up there because they're minors. They're not putting them up on here, but Gabriel Williams and Kamari Blevins, you're gonna pay. You're gonna pay. Both in custody. This is ridiculous. I hate seeing stuff like this all the time. Innocent young souls getting taken. Like, the young, sick, twisted minds like this. The demons, man, can't control themselves and want to take the demon path, and just to treat a human life like that. Period. Just your demon. You let the demon overtake you. And you don't need kids like that, youth like that on the street. Period. They need to pay a heavy price. And I'm one for, like, give them some prison time, give them some hard time. But, like, make them pay and make them pay back the family. Like if they get out, like make them like for all the rest of their days, they're working, they're making any money, like they have to pay back that family some kind of compensation for taking, the family member. Something. Should never get out. A straight murderer like that. Should have their life taken, all right. I'm going to jump into some more political stuff. First off, I want to show you Guatemala burning the devil in a ritual, but they put Trump in on this whole thing with the devil. The whole thing is trying to get rid of all the bad spirit and all that. They burn a devil effigy, and they threw Trump's head in there on it. This is what they're doing in Guatemala, so that you know. I just want you to know the sentiment in these countries, because when the bombs really start to fly here throughout Central America and all that, yeah. See right there, they got it's holding the Trump head.
Today we're celebrating the burning of the devil. Here in Guatemala, we have the tradition that every 7th of December we burn it. You can see it here, ready to burn. It's to represent the triumph of good over evil and all bad things, and to let go of bad things. All this represents the burning of evil.
Every country's got their different traditions. I like to learn about all these different countries in their past, all their histories. I mean, hell, look at all the ancient Maya and the Egyptians and all the crazy crap that happened there. Yeah, it may not be the stuff that, like, we're doing. They're out here and they're doing sacrificial stuff and all this crap, but it doesn't mean you got to participate. Like, you at least know what they're doing. Knowledge is power. Know what they're doing. This is, if some would see it, yeah, when you're burning an effigy and doing stuff like this, a ritual. But what's ritual? Rituals are all over the place. They're being done left and right. Look at LeBron James on a basketball court coming out for a game. He's sitting there throwing up his hands, kissing them, throwing them back and forth, hitting his chest, doing this crazy. He's doing a ritual. Okay, like there's rituals all over the place. That a lot of people don't see, but others do. Pork is good, Jack Frost says. I hope you're joking. It's good for what? That's what I ask you. It's good for what? I'll tell you what it's good for. I'll tell you, really. Barbecue pulled pork. Now, I'm not going to bust on you guys that like pork. You guys like to eat pork, I'm not gonna bust on you bad. I don't eat pork because, the good book tells me not to. Tells me not to eat any bottom feeder. But I'm not gonna harp on you. You guys eat your catfish, eat your bottom feeders, eat your pork. I just want you to know, though, that it's very susceptible to low energy. Jesus showed this when he sent all the evil spirits into the swine and they ran into the water to kill themselves. Okay? He showed you the evil energy will very quickly and easily go into swine, into pork. A low level vibration. If you don't understand anything about vibration and frequency, you're not going to care. If you're just not there yet, it's whatever. But you're never going to make it out of here until you start to understand all these things. Because if you just think that you can do whatever you want and like someone's going to come and like get you out of this and forgive you for all that, you've got it all messed up. You're the same person that acts like you can sin all week long, go to church on Sunday and it'll all be forgiven. That's garbage. You got to change your way. Turn around and be trash to people, be trash to righteous people, and be trash in your life throughout the week, and this thing can all wash away on Sunday. Who do you think you're fooling? You're only fooling yourself. Definitely ain't fooling the Most High. There's a way out. Again, when most people are presented with it, they just they snub it. Because they want to do as they want. They don't want to stop eating their cake, drinking their Mountain Dew, smoking their cigarettes, drinking their energy drinks, eating their pork. They don't want to stop doing all these things that will lower your vibration and your energy. They want to do as they will. So very few will make it out of here. Again, all because of these reasons. You got to make the most of this. Keep it pushing. DHS drops a bombshell. They release over 1,700 criminals, illegal aliens, including murderers and child rapists. This is insane. Again, these guys should be arrested tonight. You're going to send SWAT teams and commandos and, Rambo in these places. Go get these guys. Go ahead and get them. Go get them. You know where the governor's mansion's at, right? Like, go get him. We're stopping you, boys. Go get him. You won't do it. Scared bitches. It's a stage out here. Stage. I know some of you are listening. That's why I called you that. You deserve it. Fully. Took an oath to serve and protect this place, and y'all just cower. You just listen to the boss man. It's all any of you do. That's why you're all worthless over there. Bowing down on the Fed side. You're just yes men, brown nosers. That's right, you know it. Fall in line. Yeah. Well. Foreign and domestic, right? Did you forget that part? Took an oath, foreign and domestic. And you guys just don't ever do it. That's why we're screwed. Okay? So this dude letting murderers out on the street. Someone should have some sheriff, someone. Like, I don't get it. Like, how can the people in any of these towns be cool with this? Sitting outside your porch, like, oh yeah, there goes the murderer, Spritzker, let loose tonight, yay. Ridiculous. I don't know. This is why this place is like seething with chaos. You allow it. For the life of me, I can't understand how good men can sit around and watch another man let a murderer just walk free. How other good men are not tackling that dude, taking him down, and like taking him off and like throwing him in another county cell. I don't get it. I just don't get it. There's no good men out there. Crickets. That's what it always is. No one wants to stand and fight. Everyone wants to show up and expects to hear that the heroes are coming or someone's going to come save the day. No one wants to hear the cold truth that no one's showing up to save the day, that it's you that has to step up and do something. They don't want to do it. It's too much work. It's too much. Too much to ask them to do anything, huh? That's why we're screwed. Yeah. Still just giving you facts. ICE launching raids in Minnesota, targeting Somali nationals. This is going to be big in the theme here. Obviously, if you're illegal, you got to go. If you're illegal, you got to go. But again, they just let murderers out in the street. Where were you at, ICE, when they let them out? Like, you should have been sitting out in the street waiting for them to walk out if you really wanted them, right? If I really wanted them and I was them, that's what I would be doing. Sitting out there like, what were you guys doing? Sleeping on it? Let them walk out. Let them escape into the wilderness, into the jungle, the concrete jungle. Huh? Makes no sense. It's a setup to me all the way around. It's all a setup. And all these guys, agents, they're all just doing what they're being told, getting paid, whether it's a police officer or the ICE agent or the National Guard or whoever that's doing what they're being told. Again, somebody needs to grow a pair and like stand up for the right thing. And because nobody ever does that, we're in this situation. Yep. Now we got Democrats saying that Trump's going to start murdering American citizens. in all this, I'm gonna play this clip and give a thought or two on it.
I mean, look, the President of the United States and his Secretary of Defense are conducting murder on the high seas. They're committing murder, and Americans should care. Like, look, none of us like drug traffickers, but we have laws that say that drug traffickers don't get summarily executed. And if it's happening off the coast of America with people that we don't know, just give it time before Donald Trump starts doing this same kind of thing to people we do know right here at home. It matters if the President of the United States breaks the law. I mean,
now, another crazy topic. I mean, because if anybody wants to see the truck stopped, it's me. Okay? And you would think, okay, well, maybe for small money, you would think, it's, well, then you don't care that they're killing everybody. Well, not so fast. That's anytime life is getting taken, you've got to look at the situation. You can't just happen to be like, oh, yeah, they're narco terrorists, and like everybody on the boat gets blown away. Like, were there kids on the boat? Prove it. Like, show me your proof. That's all I'm asking. That's what this guy's saying, in essence, kind of. You know, he's taking a step further, saying that it's going to be Americans getting smoked next. But, like, how do you know? How do you know? If you know, show us. What's wrong with putting a photo and a name up on the TV showing us who was just executed? I want to know, personally. I want to know, because I don't think it's right. I don't think it's right at all. You know how I've always seen them conduct operations the way it should be done. It wasn't until here recently when they started blowing these dudes in the water. It was like a test on the psyche of everybody. They did it one time and they looked around. Everyone's like, okay, they just blew a boat up. Nobody said anything. Nobody did anything. They hit another one. They looked. They're like, they gonna do anything? Nobody said anything because everybody's so docile. They had a third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 22nd boat. Nobody saying. I tell you who's saying something. These fishermen and these guys trying to just be out leisurely crossing the Caribbean in their boats. They're freaking out. They're putting out videos like pleading that Hexeth and them don't blow them up, and like they're being lightweight, half funny about it, but the other half is dead serious because they don't know. They don't know what's up. This right here is how they normally conduct operations. They don't just, to drone strike a boat. It's just it's lazy and it's murderous when you can do this right here. Right, what you're doing right here. This guy, this airship, you've got options right now. Right? Murder everybody on the freaking boat or put a couple on the block of the engine. Okay? Swoop in right above it. If anyone's got any guns, you could take them out then. But stop the vessel, and then a boat can come in, and they can seize everything. Okay? Which is exactly what they do in this clip. Okay? They neutralize it. Everybody on board's still there. All the goods are there. Everything's still there. All the evidence, everything's live and breathing. Like evidence or no evidence. Now we know for sure. See, this is how it should be done. They board the vessel. They go in. They'll snatch up whoever's on it. They'll get the goods. They'll get the guys. There it is. You could throw an ID on it, but they don't care. They don't want to waste what? The time, the manpower. They don't want to waste dragging them back and throwing them in a cell. They just smoke them. Okay? So, look, I'm just saying that, look, it didn't take much. It didn't take much for this boat to just come and look at it, snagged them. Now you've got evidence. And again, even if they were striking them, you've got to show some proof, man. Show me some video, some names. Like, show me some proof, man, of something. That's all I've been screaming, man, because it gets scary. We'll be out there in a boat and get drone struck. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're ever in a situation, if anyone can hear me, if you're ever in a situation in this life and you live to see it in this country where they're drone striking this place, or you're anywhere, and it gets hit, it gets bombed. You better just lay there and act like you're dead for 20, 30 minutes. Hope that you're not bleeding where you're going to bleed out, because if you move, they will strike you again. I don't show all these clips. I've showed a couple, but I can never show these clips. I see them every day, but I can never show them to you because they're so gruesome. Okay, I every day have to watch these trench clips from Russia and Ukraine, and then also these other clips where soldiers are running along on the ground, and an Apache or whatever's got them in the finder hits them, and it could be a whole platoon of troops, and like they're hitting them with guns, big shells like 50 cows from an airship, and it's like an Apache. These guys can't even see it. That's how deadly Apaches are. You can't even see or hear them, but they're watching them and they're hitting them. They're hitting them on the ground, and they're looking at them on thermal. So, like, these guys' body parts are getting blown apart and this and that. Other guys are going to the ground. But any guy that's trying to crawl away or run away, they immediately hit next. Just lay there, man. Lay there and you might live. Lay there and give them 10 minutes to get out of there, because they'll scope the area. If they think everybody's out, especially on a battlefield, a war front, they'll move out of the area. Once they think everything's wiped out, they'll move on to the next spot. Everything's wiped out. Yeah, that's when you can get up and run off, if you're lucky. They're doing this every day. For those of you that are not seeing it, they're doing it every day. I fear for when it happens to this country. You're going to have to go underground to survive. Underground. I'm 100%. I'm 100,000% of it. You're going to have to go underground from here. Matter of fact, it may be the only way. It may be the only way in the end. Because I don't see how you're going to survive anything above ground. They'll drone strike you. Even underground. Bunker buster, they really want you. They'll bunker bust you. They really want you. Yeah, man, it's a crazy world, man. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. And then you got cats like this. You've got Mom Donnie. Yeah. He posts a video coaching illegals how to evade ICE. And he urges people to stand up to the Fed. Okay? So he is begging for a civil war. Remember, he was just in the White House getting patted on the shoulder by Trump and all this other crap. And he had all the rabbis around him like, oh, yeah, you're our guy. Your mom's Jewish, blah, blah, blah. Like, oh, you got to do the Jewish Muslim guy here. Like, oh, playing this card like, dude, like this, like this is crazy. Letting it play out. So, like in no time, like this next summer, I expect this place to be flipped, turned upside down. It transforms quick when you give them power. Look at Dearborn.
To raid Canal Street and detain our immigrant neighbors. As mayor, I'll protect the rights of every single New Yorker, and that includes the more than 3 million immigrants who call this city their home. But we can all stand up to ICE if you know your rights. If you encounter ICE, these are the things that every New Yorker should know. First, ICE cannot enter into private spaces like your home, school, or a private area of your workplace without a judicial warrant signed by a judge. That looks like this. If ICE does not have a judicial warrant signed by a judge, you have the right to say, I do not consent to entry, and the right to keep your door closed. Sometimes ICE will show you paperwork that looks like this and tell you that they have the right to arrest you. That is false. ICE is legally allowed to lie to you, but you have the right to remain silent. If you're being detained, you may always ask, am I free to go? Repeatedly until they answer you. You are legally allowed to film ICE as long as you do not interfere with an arrest. It is important to remain calm during any interaction with ICE or law enforcement. Do not impede their investigation, resist arrest, or run. One last thing. New Yorkers have a constitutional right to protest. And when I'm mayor, we will protect that right. New York will always welcome immigrants. And I will fight each and every day to protect, support, and celebrate our immigrant brothers and sisters.
Well, so you see there, he's telling people to stand up to ICE. This is NYC, man. This is Gotham. Right? This is about to go down. Yep, on the daily there. It's not a place that I have on my list of ever going to again, to be honest with you. I've been a lot of places across the country, and New York City served me the worst racism I've ever experienced in my life. You mean it was from other white people? A combination, but yeah, it was crazy. It was I don't know. Racism is something I never it's such sometimes a profound hatred in it that I don't know if I'll ever understand. Because I come up, all my people are different color. Always coming up my whole life, all my friends, everything. Everyone was always different background. All my co-workers in school, everything. All my best cats, all my best homies, all my best buddies, everything. We're always had some, different background. I have a lot of white buddies too, but I had a good mix, man. And I never could understand any of the race. There was never that around any of our groups. It was crazy. I don't know, man. Everywhere's different. People are different. We had 1,000 people training to resist ICE. They got more than that, D. White. I'm gonna keep it pushing here a little bit. We've got King Charles releasing a Christmas card. They say it could be his last. He's actually saying it's his last. So, look, King Charles, didn't get his reign for long. At that rate, Mama Queen, and she hung in there for a long time, but he apparently has this cancer he feels like this is going to be his last one. So for what it is, I'm here to tell you that you should get ready for King William. And that's scary. In terms of a cult, William, in Bloodline, I'll never forget years ago, video they hit. It's no longer around, I don't think. It was showing the connections biblically to William. And basically, he's not a good character. And he was like mirroring all the stuff with Jesus. He was showing it esoterically. He was even holding, in one picture, he was grabbing the lamb's foot. He was showing you all the stuff. And we always thought, man, dude, when King William steps on the stage, it's going to be some shit. It's going to be, that's going to be the time. That's going to be watch out. And it just seems like the timing is there. They're ready to build a third temple at any moment. King William's going to step on the stage. 2026 is going to be a big year. It can have all the big economic collapse. Now, all this going from here. 2027 is supposed to be the year that the Taiwan unification with China is going to happen. They've put that out in the open, like it's a known thing. That's their timeline. So, best believe, by that date, they're going to try. I mean, it's like the hourglass has been flipped. There's going to be some kind of confrontation. China's going to go after Taiwan. And they're going to do it by 2027. They let the whole world know. Like, there's certain things that are about to happen. Like, the whole Ukraine thing will probably at some point come to a close, whether it's negotiated peace or somebody gets nuked. Like, it's going to come to a close because I feel a lot of attention is going to shift to another front, to other fronts, largely with China. That's what we're doing right now. This whole thing with us around the Caribbean, Russia and the United States seem to have more of a backdoor relationship going on than the U.S. and China. And we know that Russia and China are like pals and allies here on the world stage and our enemies, so to speak, on the world stage. But it's China that looks to gain the most from the United States getting knocked from its perch, so to speak. They would move up into the top slot, and they may not take the top slot, but they would be tied with us at that point. It would cause a fracturing in the world, would officially be a multipolar world order, which has been the theme the whole past year from all these conferences and everything else they've been coming out of. So it's what they're doing. My cat's in the UK. I say a prayer for you again. How dystopian can it get there for you? I don't know, but it's getting pretty bad. Under Starmer, man, I got pictures of that guy back with the pedophile dudes. When he was a kid. Okay, so like with that Jimmy whatever dude's name is, that sick pedophile creep that runs around with all the elite, like openly, everybody knows he's a pedophile dude. Like, he's in pictures with Starmer when Starmer's like a kid, like a youth. So this dude's been like plugged and brainwashed and trained and everything else, groomed for that. But he's just like Macron, Starmer. These guys are all grooms, from their government's elite. Trump seems to be all he cares about is like accolades out here. He didn't get the Nobel Peace Prize, but man, he's all about every other little accolade that's going on out there. Every little war he can try to Jimmy Savile. Yeah, every little war that he could try to stick his nose in. He tried to stick his nose in there so he can get the credit for peace. So Thailand and Cambodia, it's the same thing. He stuck his nose in there, tried to claim peace on it. Well, that's faltered. So there is no peace deal there anymore. So you can't go claiming that, trying to claim this long list of places. No, because it's not in peace anymore. So you can't. The list is falling apart. And by the way, the whole thing with Israel, they just started dropping bombs on everybody again. So it's like, is it 11/11? I had that feeling. I looked down. It's 11/10. So happy 11/11, because it'll probably be 11/11 by the time you hear this, I'm guessing. And much love, everybody out there. It's Seville, not DeVille. And a Cadillac had both, right? So I just wanted to point that out. With that, Trump has a new national security strategy, and he's saying that Europe is facing civilization erasure within 20 years. Those are huge words. I told you earlier, Trump is trying to break away from the whole NATO thing. If they do this, like, officially, then, like, if they make peace in Ukraine, there's nothing stopping them from partnering with Russia on all kinds of stuff, major stuff. Trump's already said it, announced it. I could see it on like the other side of a reset, like a whole new world happening. There would have to be. They would have to present some kind of opportunity and new things anyway. The EU could get ripped down in this process, and they're going to stand alone. At the same time, French soldiers are opening fire on mystery drones that have been rolling up on their bases. Opening fire on these drones that just creep up on the secure, highly secure nuclear submarine bases. They just start unloading on them, but can't hit them, can't down them, can't take them out, can't catch them. Where we heard this before? Jersey. Our own aircraft could not get them, and our own military got outran. And when Trump got in there, he finally came out and he says, they're ours. Just quick, subtle, easy, not a lot of other detail about it. Just said, yeah, they were ours. We knew they were ours because they had FAA lights on them, flashing, for starters. But the technology is still, it's undeniable. It's new. And you can't jam it because it's a different kind of system. You can't catch it because it outruns. It has an energy system. It doesn't run off gas. It doesn't run off. It has like a free energy system. Our choppers and our aircraft cannot catch them. Our pilots were they even crept up on our bases and they were dispatched on them several times. And our pilots said, look, we chased and chased and chased. And like, you can't lock onto them. Neither. They're different. It's definitely not a drone. It's not the drone in the sense of like what you know a drone to be. These are different. I put this I put these things in like a subcategory. There's like a mid category. I throw it in a UAP category right now. That doesn't mean little green men. Because I'm still gonna stick to like, if you think an aircraft has like other life on it, it's a UFO. That's what I'm gonna call it. UAP is gonna be, more of this unidentified aerial phenomenon. These craft that could be potentially being guided, like a drone or something from afar. And you can guide these things with a remote, or they are so intelligent they could be doing it telepathically. They could be doing it from their mind, just thinking. Like Flight of the Navigator, man. I'm telling you, this is how these things work ultimately in the end. They've shown you already. Little tip, they've dropped the breadcrumbs all over the place. So, at least we know at this point, what's going on. We don't have to sit there and speculate like we were in the beginning that these things are coming out of the ocean. Like, is it Iran? Is it an enemy? Well, no, in the end, it's our own government. But still interesting that they were coming up out of the ocean. Okay? Still, like, coming from where? They kept coming up. All that's, like, ended. Oh, man, I'd love to revisit that. If we could ever get back up there. Shout out to the cats that actually did get out there, in their boats and go after it. There's guys down in the Keys and all up to Florida, even down by Cuba, that have been seeing the lights underwater, and it's on film. Different color lights they go right under the boats, like high definition footage. They're silent, huge lights underneath them. They never surface ever, and it's something huge underwater, and they're different color lights in these clips. And it keeps happening. It keeps happening. Something's going on, like major. And the fact that it keeps happening more and more in this age of disclosure, so to speak. Yeah. That's the really interesting stuff. All that technology. Just go ahead and come on up out the water. Because we know they're there anyway. I plan to do some kind of mission to target one of these locations. That's what I'm gonna do. Done did Area 51. I've got a couple ocean spots. I mean, all the way down around Bermuda Triangle, all those, anything in that those mystery areas. Yeah. I could feel something needs to be done there. Just I got guys that watch the ocean and people that have cams up and send me stuff all the time of orbs that are all the way out in the horizon, way out in the ocean. You can never explain it. They're always there. I've covered them before. What are they? I like to get out there and see them for myself. Because I'll fire the boat up and I'll go. It's just the open ocean. I'll head toward them. What's the worst that's gonna happen at this point? We're gonna die. And drop the fear, man. Start living. Worst case, what happens? I'm live and I see some orbs and we're driving toward them and they tap me, they see me, I die. If they get me, I'll go down in history as a dude that went down on the live stream, got took down by UFOs in the Bermuda Triangle. Woohoo. Awesome. That'd be pretty cool. You got to go out somehow. Like, you go out somehow, like, or just like with nothing. No one ever remember you. It reminds me of that guy a couple weeks ago came out. He put a video out and he's like, "Man, I don't have no friends, no family. I'm putting this video out because I just want the world to know I existed." It damn near about made me cry because I felt it, man. I was like, man, no family, no friends, and like no one. He's just hop on social media before he's gone to say, I was here. It still hits the heart, man. Like, it's cats I get, like, remind you that you're never promised tomorrow, and like, be thankful for what you got, who you got while you're here, right? Yeah. That's the key. I'm just going to sum this up here on Ukraine here real quick. A disappointed Trump rips Zelensky, says that he hasn't even read the peace proposal yet. And just they're showing all the signs that they've tried everything with this dude. And the Three Stooges, Macron, Starmer, and Merz, which is Germany's leader, all they want is this war. Again, all they want is war. Like, dude, let them. You're about to get broke off. Russia's gonna break you off at some point, and like you can't blame them. Well, what are you guys gonna do? Just go ahead and drop a nuke on Moscow? Like, screw you. Like you would, wouldn't you? At this point, they've done nothing. Russia's done nothing to none of them. It actually kept them alive throughout the winter by supplying them natural gas throughout all these years. They could have killed them all in the worst winters. Just cut everything off. Let them freeze to death. Said, F you. Russia didn't. Okay? Also, the United States and all them stole all their money, Russia's money, and all this crap. Will they ever give it back? Will they give it back? That would be interesting to see. I want the Ukraine thing over with, to be honest with you. I'm so sick of it. Just like I want Israel and their wars done with. Like, this turnaround doesn't matter. We're going south today, Gaza. We're going north today, Lebanon. Oh, let's just go over here in Syria and just go blow anyone and everyone up. Everywhere. Whenever we want. I'm sick of it. But your Bible tells you Israel's going to catch the wrath of God. It's going to get wiped. That's right. And when Yeshua comes back, he touches down. He lands on the Mount of Olives. He splits the place in two. You know, it's prophesied that when Jesus returns and he touches down on this planet, the greatest earthquake that has ever happened will occur. Bring it. Get your popcorn. Get it ready. Bring it, Most High, King of Kings and he returns, as the prophecy says, with a sword. Funny. You look up in the sky right now. 3-eye Atlas looks like a sword. Just saying. Just saying. All eyes will see. Return of the Most High. And he will touch down. You heard it? It's prophecy, man. People sleeping on it. What are all them goons? What are all the baddies in there gonna do then? What are you gonna do when this specimen, the Messiah, returns and touches down? Like, what do you think that they would call him? And they don't believe in him anyway. They would call him the enemy. So anytime God or Jesus, Yeshua the righteous one, the Godhead, is making a turn back to this planet, they are going to call him the enemy. By default, right at the gate, a threat. A threat. The baddies are here, man. Like a whole fleet of them. All different kinds, different races, just like we're different colors. Different, like, they're different. Okay, they're here. They've been here. This thing. Like, so somebody's coming. Man, who are we waiting on? The good guys. The Most High. Like, bring it. Like, bring it, man. Alrighty. Separation of the wheat and the tare, man. Look at this. A globalist MEP says Trump's administration is an enemy of Europe, that we must stop behaving as friends toward it. Did you get that part right there? This is the EU saying we got to stop being friends with the United States. Yeah, they're not ready. Yeah, you're not ready. Yeah, Harp Israel. Yo, man, Crown Jewels, bro, just convince the fam, man. Just pack them up, bring them on over here. We'll ride this thing out here. Let's go ahead and make the move. I know you don't want to cross that ocean. I know you don't want to flee home. And I can't blame you there. But at least if you're here, we can stand and fight together. Doors open. Always will be. Any of you cats globally. We need to do something. I don't care where you're at. I don't know. Maybe I need to come visit some of you wherever you're at. I know you're all Malaysia's, Japan's, all this other stuff, man. He said, I wish I could, bro. I know. You know, one way or another, we got to get it in, though. Like, we got to meet. Like, you're like, I listen to the music all the time. Like, it's a show thing, but just like in my spare time. Like, I'm always, thinking about you and thinking about all the stuff. It's with Hoodie and all this stuff. And I'm glad to see you guys working on stuff constantly, the music especially. But I have you all know that, like, all the music I've produced with Crown Jewels, even Hoodie Ross, it's all been done remote. Never once have I got to sit in the studio or step into the studio with these guys and like do a recording like together the right way. It's always remote crap, because everybody's so far away. I've done music videos, fortunately, with Hoodie Ross, and got to meet Hoodie, obviously, and run the streets with Hoodie and all that because he's here, but not with Jules. Crown Jewels had to send me over footage for Say a Prayer, and I had to stitch that whole music video together, but it worked. We make it work, and have it's. I mean, we do it. We can. You don't have to be together to to make the music in the studio, and we proved that. Other people proven that. But it's always a raw vibe if you can get it to happen, and like you never know what kind of magic. It's good just to meet good people. All right, which brings me to we're almost at the end of the stream, and I'm got to double back to the poll if you guys missed it. Let me see. Oh yeah, way more votes. See, last time in the last stream we only had 100 votes. We've got 439. If you guys have not voted, please give us a vote over here where the next knowledge conference should be. It is 64-36 right now. Florida looks like it's going to take it. Seen it last time. We'll finish up that poll here in just a minute. Make it official. A few more things to touch on here. Trump Jr., I'm not going to play the video clips, but he signals that his dad's going to walk away from Ukraine. Like, that's what they're ready to do here. Walk away. And Zelensky, he systematically sabotaged the whole thing. He doesn't want to, he wants to stay in power is all it is. And he knows when this whole thing's over, it's over for him. So he's doing whatever he can to hold on to power. It's how I see it. And I wanted to end with a positive here tonight. I wanted you, this is a story of an 88-year-old veteran. He breaks down and cries after this guy gives him, money, because he went to retire, and like they stole his pension, and like his wife died, and like horrific. He's 88, having to work full-time job, and this guy went and blessed him with some cash, and then threw a GoFundMe up for him with the video, and the response was amazing. $2 million coming in for this man for his GoFundMe so he can retire at 88, and have a couple days in the freaking shade, man. So that's an awesome story here. Need more of this in the world, man. Good people doing good things.
There's a lot of support for you here, man. I want to truly say that your wife is looking over your shoulder. I know you've been visiting her a lot, asking about that, and you still have that $400 in my pocket you gave me. With everyone supporting the room, I want to reveal that this is one of the largest individual fundraisers in GoFundMe history. And if you want, you will be able to retire because we've raised you $1.77 million. Look. I know it's unbelievable and I can't believe it. Oh my God. It feels fake.
That's what we need more of right there in the world. Man, if I was a billionaire, that's what I'd be going around doing every day, all the time, until time's up. Make sure the family and everybody's good, set, whatever, safe. And just, this is the mission. Going around and scooping up God's people, making some happy endings, saving some lives, changing some lives, giving some hope. Something. So, much love to these people for doing this. It's really inspiring. It's huge that the people can respond in that way. It feels good. It's good to know that there is some hope, humanity left out there, somewhere, some way. So, yeah. Figured I'd finish on the positive there with that. And Another long one here tonight. 11:31. In the poll officially. 64% for Florida. 36% for Vegas. 454 votes. I appreciate that, guys. I appreciate the feedback. It tells me, tells me a lot. You have to see an honest billionaire. I don't think they make them. Sealy. Yeah, I just don't. I don't think they make them. I would love to represent, not just to be a billionaire, but I would just everything comes like I just said. Everything comes with it, man. They'd probably kill me along the way. It just comes to the turf. But again, I don't care. Much love, brother. So here's the thing. If I do Jack Frost's 4:32 a.m. there, man, much love. Troopers, man. That's why I try not to keep these too long. Because I know if in the UK and there's other places, man, like it's late. Florida it is. If we have one, right? Like, I feel like I'm being pushed, like, at this point, like, bro, you have to. Like, purpose beyond self. Appreciate you. Merry Christmas. Hey, just hit the 100 on the super chat. Wow. Definitely don't see them every day. I appreciate it more than you know, man. So much. All of you for everything, all the time. But big time. Thank you. Much love. God bless. Thank you for that. It's huge. Yeah, man. I can't take it enough. Yeah, lack of words. I just take the words away. I appreciate it so much. So I'm going to put a lot of thought and energy up into the atmosphere. And I got a request for closing with 2 seconds. Pretty please. Yes, but I will say that some of my own songs I can't play from now on because it's causing too much of a problem. It sucks to say that. I got the license for it and everything else, but that's what sucks about YouTube. I can't even play my own freaking music that I made, that I created, that I've got the licensing to without it getting flagged before the freaking video's even over. Getting hit for the copyright when I covered all bases, and they have to go and fight it and all this other crap. Like it's ridiculous. It's a trap. It's stupid. I should not have to deal with it. Other people don't have to deal with it. Other artists don't deal with it and go through this crap that I have. I should better sue these people. I swear. I've had to shut down my whole other channel and change the name and all this other because of them. I swear I've got to sue. If you're any good lawyers, man, I'm worth it. Afternoon in Australia. Man, good to know that I'm at least reaching into some of these places. I've had a ton of people tell me they're not getting notifications. I know most of you know to just check in. Like most of you that like show up like religiously, like are always here. You just know. You know the schedule. You know when to check in. Everybody else don't know that and don't get a notification. Well, they think that I'm just gone, like I disappeared, when I'm here all the time. It's the craziest thing. I want to meet some of you guys for sure. I'm gonna put this, like I said, up there. I guess the next thing is where in Florida, right? So now I gotta zero it in to a smaller spectrum. So that's next. I want to thank you guys for hanging out, though. I appreciate it to the fullest. You never promised tomorrow. Remember that. Anything happens with, like, I'm not here for whatever reason, like make sure you follow me on X. I'm just going to tell you now. Like, I'm doing everything I can hanging in there. I've been trying to get answers with what's going on with me for a long time, and I can't get them. And I fight pain every day. And I just never say it. If they don't know what's wrong with me. And it's getting bad. Okay, so is what it is, right? Much love. I'm still trying to find your request here in the log, brother, on the 2 seconds. Believe it or not, in the raw file, if that's what most of that I've got that I'm looking at, it may not even be under 2 seconds, but be under a bunch of like garbled stuff here. I'm going to give it one more scan. If not, I'll have to definitely get it pulled up in the lineup. It'd be too odd if I don't have it here. I got a ton of music, man. I guess worst case, oh, I'm almost at the bottom. I can't find it. It's not there. Worst case, I'm going to go over to the link that I sent you from DLive and hit play and then run the audio, right? So I just open up that message from you, man. Every time I see Dude Stone Piece, it gets me. All right. So I'm going to take us out of here on this 2 seconds audio. Much love, guys. God willing, as I always say, I'll see you here next time for some Underground World.
2 seconds.
Yeah.
Get your shit, get stepping.
Yeah. Here we go.
You got 2 seconds. For all my goons and they pull weapons.
Rat-a-tat-tat-tat, baby. We be them shot collars, popping them top collars. A block full of raw wallets, dropping them hot dollars. Got about 2 seconds to get to stepping before I get to selecting the Smith & Wesson war weapon. Spit it so eloquently, my pistols represent me, bust until our rounds empty. Salutes to Machiavelli, this is Illuminati. I rep it with the shotty, until the good Lord decides to come and take my body. But in the meantime, we grind, we ride on any crooked politician in the world we find. Catch these motherfuckers slipping and we skin them alive. Gotta let the venom run up in them, then we dig them inside. That's when we catch them in the street, in the flow of the traffic. Cock back and blow, light them up like a matchstick. I see you phony homies, you've been plotting all along. If you think you can stop us, you dead wrong. You dead wrong.
2 seconds. Get your shit, get stepping.
That's when you all gon' die. That's when you all gon' die.
You got 2 seconds. For all my goons and they pull weapons.
That's when you all gon' die. That's when you all gon' die. Yeah, it's time to rise up and break up out of the lockdowns. Take these fakes like Showcase, give them a smackdown. All the rest of fakes, they can catch a Mac round. We gon' keep on dropping them bodies until they back down. Popping off rounds like Yosemite Sam. Leave you flopping on the ground like a fish in the sand. Get you slipping in your kitchen with your wig in your hand. I got my homies on a mission, kill you right where you stand. Let's get me stop, drop, shut them down, open up shop. Keep on riding for them legends like Gaddafi and Pac. And every other person in the game, you know that they shot. So we gon' keep it reppin' whether they like it or not. They thought they seen us coming, but I set a decoy. Troops are deployed, told them all to seek and destroy. It's time to come together from the west to the east. And we gotta find a way to stop this mark of the beast.
You got 2 seconds. Get your shit, get stepping.
That's when you all gon' die. That's when you all gon' die.
You got 2 seconds. For all my goons and they pull weapons.
That's when you all gon' die. That's when you all gon' die.
You got 2 seconds.
To get out of here with that vaccine
Fuck out of here.
and that mark of the beast.
Fuck out of here. 2
All that shit, boy.
seconds.
Rat-a-tat-tat-tat.
Fuck out of here.
You know what time it is. Go time. This is dedicated to defeating the beast. And for everyone that said they wanted nothing but peace, we gon' get us a piece. Yeah, we gon' take it. Now keep your head up, baby, because we gon' make it. True heroes be killing pedos, do it for zeros. Catch them in the castle and they hit them with kilos. Cock and reload, pull the Debo. That's how we roll. Quick to pull up when we start blasting. Straight assassins. That's right. That's right. It's fucking wartime. For all the cats you done killed, for all the legends you done knocked off, for everyone that you done murdered, big, we coming back for everything you owe.
Got 2 seconds to get your shit, get stepping.
Much love, Eon. Much love, everybody. A rip, man. Music video on D Live. I'll drop a link. Run one more on the way out. There's the link to the D Live video. And yeah, I mean, this one I already played that song. It's probably this stream's probably. I'll let it run tomorrow, but I end up coming down, bringing it down. Might as well just play something else. Just got a feeling. Once I start playing my music, like I said, you never know what they're gonna do, and it's stupid that I got to deal with it like right after the stream. But oh well. If it's gonna happen, I might as well. I don't even know, man. Yeah. For those who think that this is new music, it's not. I've got a ton of music, man. I've got it on TuneCore. I've got it on Reverb Nation. Yeah, I just paid the $80 or something for TuneCore to keep it all alive. I've got different albums, different singles throughout the years. I was just watching one. They Don't Want It With Us from earlier, from like 7, 8, 9 years ago. I've been dropping them left and right as much as possible. And then when Crown Jewels came along, obviously we hooked up. Like that's in a hoodie, same way. Like those my music guys. I just ain't had time to do much more. I like to put the message in the music at this point. Just like you just heard with 2 seconds. That whole song was 2 seconds. You got 2 seconds. To get out of here. But the whole thing, all my lyrics were on point about like the jab, catching the enemy. If you watch the music video, we round them up. I literally chase them down in the castle and round all the bad guys up. Yeah. You know. But no one else will do. I figure no one else is going to do it. I'll put the blueprint out here and everything else. Like, I don't know. I don't even know what to play. I'm going to say As Much Love will take us out of here. And I do appreciate all the love and support from all you guys. This is one you're not ready for. Yeah. This is starts ticking. Yeah. And I tried. Yeah, there's no song, but I got one of the words, and it comes hard. Yeah. Much love, everybody. Be righteous.